this entire group that's got you maybe excited for what's about to occur here?
Just kind of the way they stick, and I mean the way. Obviously, I've been around like to see a new team form last year, and there was camaraderie last year, but I feel like it feels like a different kind of genuine kind of commodity. Just all these guys kind of still have the same goal, wanting to win, but it's kind of just a higher level of focus, knowing where we should have went last year. So it's definitely a heightened level of.
What about from a talent perspective? I mean,
sure.
your fellow hitters and a ton of brand new pitchers. I think y'all got 80 innings total coming back from last year. I mean, velo, I know, is a big thing with a lot of these guys, but what are you seeing right now from that?
Just the ability being able to place the ball wherever they want and doing it on multiple pitches, I think has been exceptional by a lot of the pitchers. Especially, I mean, you have guys like Aoki who probably not going to throw 100, but he can move 7 or 8 pitches around the zone to a righty or a lefty, which is 100% needed. And you have guys like Volchko, obviously, or Matt Scott that are righties that can move the ball around the zone at a lot higher rates and spin rates and just kind of give you different looks. And you have guys, Kenny can do it from the left side. So it's just definitely being able to have different points of attack this year, I feel like definitely is out.
You personally, why did you come back this year?
Yeah, for me, definitely just wanting to play everyday position, of course, being able to get comfortable playing one place on the diamond, and 2, definitely I just want to win. I feel like we left way too much out there last year. I could say the same about the year before, but I can accept the year before for sure. But last year, I think we just kind of left a lot more out there than we should have left. So the number one thing for me was just wanting to leave, of course, fully better than I found it.
Well, let me ask you about third base. I know you obviously played it some before. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what West did with Charlie there, that his final year here, and how that obviously helped him focus more on his offense. We all saw what happened with that. For you, what kind of impact is that having for you, and how comfortable are you at third base right now?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of what I did every day before I got to college. So being able to get back and do it every single day and kind of walk in with a little bit more of a freer mind, knowing where you're going to be that day, going home, training on one thing, kind of hammering your head down on one thing more than having to focus on 3 things at once is definitely helped for sure.
And that's thing I'll put Bogart in this thing here. And I saw you, I've watched you a good bit in the fall, and we saw you, I know you've done it before, but go more to right center field, go more back up the middle.
For sure.
And we've seen that, I know, with a lot of the guys this year. Strikeouts was a big problem for this team last year. As far as that kind of approach goes, what kind of change are you trying to make in your swing, or are you?
Yeah, kind of. I wouldn't say many swing adjustments. Maybe just getting the hands a little bit lower and staying simple. But knowing that my hands are fast, I'm going to be fine living to the middle of the field, living to right center, left center, and that's when the left center home runs will come and the right field flare jobs will come. So it's just being able to cover the whole field, no matter who's on the mound or where the pitch is, definitely has been a huge change for me this fall and going into the spring.
To follow up on the third base thing, what was that conversation like with Wes in terms of making that switch?
Yeah, kind of just, he asked, it wasn't more of, Wes always told me since my freshman year, he's like, I trust you to play third base for us, I trust you to play second for us, I trust you to play here. So it was kind of more of him kind of just doubling down on him, telling me like, you can do this one position now, like you don't have to worry about me trusting you in left, me trusting you in right, me trusting you at first. Like, of course I know I have that trust from him and it's definitely an extra boost, but knowing that he wants me primarily in that one position definitely means a lot more than being all over the field, to me, at least for sure.
Who are some of the freshmen that have stood out? It seems like a few have impressed.
Definitely Ty Peoples. That's my TP twin. Ty Peoples definitely stood out. Cole Johnson, Joe Nottingham, definitely just the way their demeanor is every day, and the way they come in and they work hard, and it's not, they understand like a lot of it's not given. Like if they want a spot, like they're going to have to go the extra mile, especially being a freshman for sure.
Yeah, a bit off kilter, but what's y'all's relationship like with Chandler Broxton?
He's like, it's like a little nephew. It's like the first, like obviously I wouldn't say, I don't have any like nephews now, so I would say it's like kind of, it's like nephew training. Like he comes around, obviously you want to show him being a good role model off the field because he sees us on the field and it's like, I have this, and it's like, off the field, he knows his dad's coaching us, so it's different for him seeing us like in here just having a good time. So definitely just, I would say it brings like a nephew to uncle vibe for sure.
What does that do for y'all to have someone that you can be around like that?
Yeah, I mean definitely, I would say for me especially, it's just a reminder of knowing like, remember where you came from. Like Chandler's always happy, like he's just happy to be here, he's happy to be at the field, happy to be around the older guys, and that's how a lot of us were when we were younger. So being able to be that older guy that they can enjoy, I think is huge for especially them when they're young.
A lot has been made of the transfer class, obviously. Is there sort of a superseding Georgia culture that stands out, like year to year? This is your third year here. Is there something that transcends the transfer class and different people coming in?
Yeah. Me personally, I think our coaches do a really good job of just being genuine with what guys are going to get when they get here, what to expect when they get here, and kind of just when they come in, everything's kind of proven, and I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like they don't pursue too hard. It's like kind of they're going to leave it up to the guys, but it's definitely just, I would say, more of a pro kind of environment here. It's kind of, we're not going to micromanage you to do this, but we're going to give you the plan, we're going to give you the layout, we're going to help you along the way, whatever questions you have, but it's on you to be great. We're not going to, that's what you're here to do. We shouldn't have to add that.
You guys have got a lot of players from outside the SEC. Think about Mountain West players. Is there any difference in the style of game that they play, bringing in from a different conference?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have guys that put the ball on the ground a lot. I talked to guys like Michael O'Shaughnessy, like he came from Davidson, and it's like, guy can hit, he can hit at an SEC level, but guy, he told me I think he had like 60 hit by pitches in the last 2 years, and that's like, that also fits kind of what we do. And it's just being able to pick apart pieces. You have guys like Scott Newman, Ryan Lujo that can just flat out fly, and it's just adding that kind of caliber to guys that can already hit is just, definitely gives us more of a diverse dynamic as a team.
I want to ask you this question. This is totally in fun. You're one of these guys that likes to leave a couple of buttons undone on your jersey and stuff.
For sure.
There's a criticism about that from folks. Do you hear much about that, and why do you just explain why you do that?
I'll say it's criticism now because I'll say I'm doing it on national TV, so it's definitely a lot more blown up, and I'll say it's just gotten some more eyes, so there's gonna be more opinions. But I mean, you can look back. I've been doing this since I was about 14, 15 years old, so it's kind of just what makes me feel free, and kind of that's just going to come with it. So it's just being myself for sure.
Mauro Cunha does it every day too.
And he's one of the best in the league right now for sure.
Does Coach ever kind of say anything about it at all, though? Is he pretty cool with it?
The one time he did, my jersey wasn't buttoned, and he came down past me in the dugout and told me to unbutton my jersey. So
okay.
I would say I wouldn't say he encourages just the buttons, but just the dynamic of just being myself and knowing that that's just me being free.
Yeah, cool.
He encouraged you to take it down a notch?
No, he hasn't.
No, I mean down a notch, like lower.
Oh, no, I vividly remember it was fully buttoned. We were about to play someone in regional my freshman year. We were in this dugout, and he's like, walked by and kind of like walked back, and then he just looked very confused that my jersey was up. It was correct. He was very confused that I had my jersey on correctly. And he goes, Phelps, you want to unbutton? You can unbutton your shirt. Like, it's fine. And I was like, all right, well, it's been a year, and he loves it, so I'm going to keep going.
That was Wes, right? Not an assistant?
Huh?
That was
Wes. Yeah, that was Wes.
Who are some of the leaders with Henry and Nolan gone?
Besides myself, I definitely say Colby, a guy that's been around. Daniel Jackson for sure. And then the guys that came in, I would say, and kind of had a voice for sure. Matt Scott, and Jack Archimon for sure.
Get back to the buttons for a second. Did you know that Chipper Jones was kind of saying after you guys?
I did get sent that tweet. Yeah, I mean, comes with it. I mean, I 100%, I could be wrong, but I think if we win a lot more than we did last year, towards the end of the year, there would have been a lot less criticism. I could be wrong, but I definitely think that's where kind of the lose and just a lot of emotions came in.
Is there a clubhouse attitude towards playing loose, playing fun, remembering that it's a game? Does Coach Johnson encourage that at all in other ways?
Yeah, he's kind of, the thing with Coach Johnson is always just belief and confidence. He kind of just pushed that. And then he always gives us stories about how there's guys in the big leagues who simply just being themselves is why they succeed. It's not them wanting to ride another wave. It's just them setting themselves apart and truly believing in their craft and just going off that. And those are always the guys he said he sees to see.
Who did he point to in the big leagues?
I mean, he's pointed to Skeens, Luis Arias, Nelson Cruz, Sonny Gray. Yeah, he's had some really good names that he's dropped, so for sure.
You expect him to play primarily third base this year?
Yes, sir.
What do you like about that, and what kind of improvements do you think you'll have this year as an overall player?
Yeah, just an extra sense of comfort in my conscience, knowing kind of what you're going to show up playing that day and what glove I'm going to have on. Definitely an extra sense of comfort. And also, like, I would say in the off season, like going home and knowing you can just hammer train in one thing, knowing like I can really key in on, I can do an hour of just third base work and just focus on that versus having to split maybe some first base, go get some fly balls, get some live reads. So definitely just a sense of comfort for sure.
I'm sorry, I was just going to follow up with I was asking also, like, in the batter's box, what kind of improvements do you think you've made this offseason?
Yeah, definitely just slowing it. Even the game is just a lot slower now. I feel like just getting older, being able to take marginal pitches and not miss the pitches I want to, and when I get the pitches that I want, not being able to be a little bit too anxious or just being able to stay in the same headspace. And I think that kind of pushed the fall that I had and is going to push going into the spring, just staying in the same mindset every single at-bat, every single pitch.
I don't know if you've been asked this, but just you had an opportunity to go, and go somewhere. A lot of guys left and went to the transfer portal. Some guys went pro. What brought you back to Georgia, and what are you looking to accomplish here? Why did you want to do this again?
Yeah. Well, I never ever really not once thought about the transfer portal like the last year or the year before. So I think kind of the only rough decision last year was whether was I going to leave and go pro or come back. And I think for me, it kind of just boiled down to wanting to come back and play that one position or wanting to come back. And I felt really, I don't know what word I'll say. I'll say just emotional after the way we kind of went out last year. I know we were much better of a team than we showed postseason. So being able to have that second chance and come back as a junior was definitely something I was never against. So being able to have that chance and be in a position with a different group of guys who want to go past where we went last year has definitely been special already.
Is third base kind of your natural position, the kind of position you were playing, and how does it impact you as far as how you're able to lead and how you're able to play?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say you definitely feel more at home. I'm a lot closer to the pitchers. Like when you're in the outfield, it's a little bit different. You got people in right field talking to you, or when you're away, you got people in the outfield talking to you. I think being in the infield is kind of like you're kind of forced to be on every single pitch. You're looking into the dugout. You're kind of just a little bit more locked into the game, and that's kind of, I think, a great spot for me to be in, especially given for other people just to hear me, like even like the pitcher, like just being able to tell them like you threw a good pitch. I think that takes them a long way, or making one play that I think a lot of third basemen probably couldn't play, that we play against, of course, saving that pitcher 15 to 20 pitches an inning, just being able to do little things like that.
Thanks, Drake.
For sure.
Thank you.